If you're explaining, okay, 1 + 1 is 2, the person doesn't understand that, how? Like explaining, okay, 1 + 1 is 2. You see 1 and another 1, it's 2.
Mm-hmm.
How? If one person doesn't understand that, are you gonna make them understand that simple equation?
Or you say, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not putting my reputation on the line. They might come after me, so I'm going to pretend like I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if you truly understand something,
It's not about understanding. These people know what he's saying. Everybody does.
but like I said, it's a mixture of it all. And yeah, maybe he's not using. I think personally, that's the mistake I do personally. I don't always know how to relay the message.
All right, we record.
All right, guys, thank you for watching Unidentified Podcast. Off camera, we were having I walked into a comment Nagayan was making. Nagayan, you wanna go ahead?
Basically, I wanted to do that, but basically, I was asking myself, if I was in Kanye's place, what would I do instead of what he does and what I see him doing is he repeats himself. Okay, this is what he's trying to say, and he tries to bring the message across of what he's trying to say. At the same time, I'm like, okay, if you can't reach people the way you are reaching, the way you're trying, by saying, by explaining yourself, by repeating yourself over and over, and what would I do in his shoes? And my conclusion is I would find another way to reach the people or to show them the way where I want them to go through, or where I want them to end up, what I want them to understand. Wouldn't be stuck on explaining myself.
And you would move on then. You would like find other ways. But what I was trying to tell you, or what I just said before we started recording, is that a teacher as a teacher cannot move on until he feels like the class has understood what was the current point he was trying to make, right? Because if I'm trying to make a point and if I'm trying to teach you something, I cannot move forward without you understanding what I'm trying to teach you, because I would be leaving you behind.
But that's what you think. Maybe I've already understood, or maybe I didn't understood it, but at the same time, if you go to the point what you're trying to make in the conclusion, or heading towards the goal you are trying to make, and maybe I can catch up or ask the right questions or come with the right perspective or find my way through to it, instead of being stuck on the same point or on the same level you're trying to convey the message at. If you're explaining, okay, 1 + 1 is 2, and the person doesn't understand that, how? Like explaining, okay, 1 + 1 is 2. You see 1 and another 1, it's 2.
Mm-hmm.
How? If one person doesn't understand that, are you gonna make them understand that simple equation?
But it's simple to you because you have the answer, right? Or you're already thinking this way, or you have been trained to understand this, right? But if you weren't, like, if your mom, let's say, for example, she was the one that taught you that 1 + 1 is 2, and if she just gave up once you said, I don't know, I can't remember it, and she moves on, you have learned that 1 + 1 is 2? Huh?
Angel, like, what is Kanye trying to teach people? Since you know, since you got answers.
I don't know. There's
He told you. He's telling you the Jews are trying to feed off of us. This is what he's telling you. Now you either have enough heart, tenacity, whatever it takes, courage to come out and say, you know what, you're right. Your evidence has convinced me these Jews are evil. Or you say, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not putting my reputation on the line. They might come after me, so I'm going to pretend like I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if you truly understand something,
It's not about understanding. These people know what he's saying. Everybody does.
I, I think saying that's exactly what it is.
But I think here's what you're doing. You're conflating two different things. There's Kanye talking about houses and living communities and how the air flows and water on your roof. There's that Kanye. And then there's the Kanye that talks about Jews, okay? Everybody likes when he talks about the housing projects and how to uplift people, but when he starts talking about the Jews, that's when it's like, yeah, we're not trying to hear you, Kanye.
No,
We're not trying to hear you, man.
This is my opinion. I think you're wrong because separating those two things would be a mistake. Because
Okay.
I think it's
All right, it's a mistake.
it's a mixture of it all. I think you shouldn't just understand one side. You understand?
He had a conversation with Lex Friedman.
Same Kanye that goes on the I don't know Oscar nominee or was it I don't MTV Awards. I don't remember which one. That he called out when Taylor Swift was nominated or actually won the award. He got up on stage and he said, "Okay, no, I have to say this. Beyonce was the best video. I just wanted to get that out, but okay." That's the same Kanye. And that's Kanye in a not in a nutshell, but its entirety. That's what I think. He wants to say something. He has the need to speak his mind about something that he's very avid about. He finds a way to do it, even though everybody else is like, okay, that wasn't necessary. It's not the way, or everybody's like, okay, well, why do it in such a way?
I see that. Yeah, you have a point there, okay? But like I said, it's a mixture of it all, and yeah, maybe he's not using. I think personally, that's the mistake I do personally. I don't always know how to relay the message. Okay.
He relayed the message. The message was very clear. Okay, it's very
It was
clear.
very clear. No, but like it ruffled a lot of feathers, right? So it bothered a lot of people. A lot of people heard it, but they didn't understand it.
They understood. They understood. Okay, they understood. These are smart people.
What would be the next step for one person or for any person actually go and figure them for themselves out what's going on behind the scenes? That what his goal is for people to actually go and research for themselves what's behind the scenes.
He's talking to Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman's a pretty smart guy, okay? Like, Lex Friedman understands what he's saying. And Lex told him.
Them in particular, though.
But you said they don't understand. I'm telling you, he's saying the same thing everybody else is saying. He said, okay, look, I agree with you. There are evil people, but can you please stop calling them Jews? Can you please stop doing it? There are evil individuals. Stop calling them Jews, okay? Yeah, I understand, Kanye. There are people taking advantage of you, but stop calling them Jews. That's the issue.
So what's your opinion on that then?
My opinion?
On that part.
No, like I think I was telling the guy, and I don't know if he was here, but I say it's like if you had like a gang, like if you had the Bloods and the Crips, right? And let's say these gangs joined forces, they got powerful, and they started taking over parts of the government. They took over Hollywood, they took over the music industry. And we all know the Bloods and Crips is a black gang. So you'll have people who say, hey, those black people, oh man, I can't stand those black people. They taking over everything. But then you would say, wait, it's the Bloods and Crips. I'm not into that. That's the Bloods and Crips. That's not me. Right? That's the argument. But people will say, oh, I don't like those black people. They're running everything. But it's an evil group inside of that group. Yeah. That's where he's going wrong. He just likes to call them Jews.
That's a big mistake he made.
He used the wrong word, I guess. But he's.
So if it's you sitting there and listening to the message, and you already think he's not referring, he's saying the Jews, right? but he's not referring to all the Jews, right?
Yeah, that's common sense. You wouldn't be referring to all the Jews. This is why it's like, are these people he talking to, are they stupid?
It's wrong to say so.
Yes, but it's like, yes, it is wrong, but it's like, do I have to come out and explain it? Like, maybe he should. He should do it. He should explain it perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I agree. He should explain because not everybody understands. Yeah, I understand, Ed, what you're saying. Like those people who are sitting there with him, those people who are.
But Lex Friedman knows better. Lex Friedman's a pretty smart guy. He knows this. It's like, why are you not just giving Kanye that little bit of extra? Say, hey, you mean a criminal organization inside of the Jewish, the Jewish organization, the organization within the organization.
Yeah, absolutely. But if they said like Dominicans are this and Dominicans are that, man.
Okay.
I would be like, yeah, not all of us are like this, but I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the same with men, women. I was on work and somebody said, yeah, you men are very terrible when you're sick, and I was like, wait a minute. Some men are, most men maybe, but not all of them. I'm not like that.
Yeah, actually, and we should talk about this. There was something that actually bothered me on Facebook from somebody who I know. But I get it. I get what you're trying to say, and you are 100% correct. But he should. But he should.
So why couldn't Lex say that? Why couldn't Joe Rogan say that or Piers Morgan? These guys are really smart. Like they could have said that.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to say, "Oh no, it's just individual people." It's just like this. It's a coincidence. It's just a no. They know what's going on.
Yeah. I think it's also like a culture. Not okay. Let me be careful with that. But what I mean by a culture is like a lot of times when you are like a criminal and you have criminal behavior, no matter black, white, Jewish, or whatever you are, if you are raised by these people who have this criminal or jail-like behavior, usually your kids or descendants pick some of that up. You understand?
That abnormal gets normalized, or that
yes.
gets normalized.
But not only that, let's say for some Jewish people who are on top and they're doing crooked things, and the kids they're having or the people who come in and work with them, they're like, hey, this is how this works, buddy, and they start training you into that. And that becomes a culture because everybody who is involved has to act accordingly or similar to fit into this organization. Does that make sense? Like same like you said, Ed, same as a gang.
Yeah.
When you are in a gang, you gotta have gang-like behavior, or if not, you are soft, you are this, and you don't belong, and you are not well seen in that circle.
It's everyone, like, people know this. Like Jeffrey Epstein, like, who you think he was working for? Ghislaine Maxwell, who you think he was working for? I mean, she was working for. Like, they know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
How you think that man afforded the island? Who bought it for him? They know.
But that's my point.
They know who did it.
There you go. You just making my point right there.
Israel bought it for him. The Mossad bought it for him, but nobody has said. And these people who are supposed to be our allies, why are they sending their guys over here to compromise, like the upper class or politicians or celebrities in our society?
I'm sorry. This is actually portrayed in movies and everything. Like when somebody, let's say, you ever seen Training Day?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how he gets trained, like, oh, you stay quiet and you get a piece of the cake, or you do this and
you better take this money.
It's basically a culture, in my opinion, right? That's a culture because every you keep passing it on. You understand? And
Yes.
that guy from Training Day that was getting older and he was trying to like retire and stay out of it. Somebody else took over him, and it keeps getting passed on. If you guys don't understand the references we are making, maybe that movie reference will help you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's all Jews or it's a culture of Jews. It's those that surround them people that have the culture of behaving in this way or doing business in this way that is corrupt. But it's not just Jews. It happens in my country. It happened in Haiti. It happened
Right.
all around the world. But Kanye is somebody who understands that for his understanding or for what he sees, he shouldn't explain that much. It's just Jew people because it comes from their way of doing business. You understand like
Yeah,
that just
understandable. I
happens.
mean, someone who grows up with rich parents does business differently and approaches things differently than somebody who
That's
grows up
why I
with
said it's culture. It's culture.
No,
someone
it's
with
not. It's not the
parents who have an
culture. Here,
education.
that's not. It's not the culture. The issue is that these people are in all these other countries all over the world, but they don't have any real allegiance to these countries, and their true allegiance is to their tribe, to their religion, to their race, and to their country. Their real country, which is Israel, and they don't really care about feeding off of the rest of us, or taking advantage of the rest of us. They just don't care, and it's like that's the problem. You're over here pretending like you're one of us, but you're actually kind of working against us, and you're feeding off of us and taking it back to the homeland.
Yeah. Well,
That that's how
uh,
strong a culture could be, and that's if you know where you come from, then yeah, that's what everybody's trying to teach in every culture. Know where you come from, know where your roots are,
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
and I'm not saying culture as in race. I'm not saying culture as in black, African American, Dominican, Mexican, white person. I'm saying culture as in a way we behave as a group. Okay.
There, there there's
We
a
pick up these things. Like in my country, there's a lot of corruption. Like you gotta be careful. Like you go to the market, there's pickpockets,
look.
or
I'm gonna
there's
tell you like this, man. Look, you can make all these other examples talking about my country, this and this group. Look, this is the group that actually did it. They're the ones who did it. There is no other ones. There's no analogies you can make. There's no, oh, well, we do it like this in Dominican. No, these are the people who actually did it, who are actually pulling strings. There's nobody else. They accomplished it. And there's this one story I seen years ago when I heard that they approached Albert Einstein when Israel finally became a country. They approached him. They said, "Hey, do you want to be the president?" He said, "No, I don't want no part of that, because I already see what y'all up to. It don't look right. I don't want no part of it." Even he knew what was going on with that. It didn't look right. I want to find that. I want to find that story.
from back then,
Yeah.
as then.
Oh, you heard about that too?
No, no, no. I didn't hear about that. I'm just saying, like imagine from back then we've been having the same type of issues, and that's how it's a culture.
I think he actually accused him of being another like an ethno state. He said it was just like Nazi era Germany. Same thing. Just a, just
Well,
just a different group.
The biggest deal is what there's still a war in Israel and Palestine, which we're not talking about. Why is that? Yeah,
Hey man,
that's story nobody's covering.
hey.
Hmm.
It's only one reason why. Because they're the ones that control the media. So they ain't gonna tell you about the war they fight.
Okay,
Okay.
what I
Well,
usually tend to do is okay, how we as commoners, we as people, we as the being part of the system, how do we get out of it? What's the next step for us? What do we have to do? Either unlock or unleash ourselves from the strings that we are under, or take over even. create
You
our
said
own world where we can control these strings, or I don't want to control, but where we can have some freedom from real freedom.
The way you do it is what the way Kanye is doing it. You expose these people. You talk about it. More celebrities might speak up. The celebrities, they're the ones that got to break free. If they break free, they can convince other people that, hey, this is what's going on. We can't let these people control us anymore. And then everybody else will listen to them. There you go.
And that's another thing. Like, if you really think he's crazy, right? Think about all these celebrities who are outspoken that actually agree with him, like
Dave
Cat
Chappelle.
Williams, they good job, Nagayan, Dave Chappelle, like, and others. Think about it. Are they crazy too? Like, are they part of the crazy stuff that's going on? Like, it's just, it seems like too much like a setup for it not to be a setup. Uh, I don't know. So others won't even put their opinions out there, but
Hey,
that's how
man,
they are.
you're putting your whole career, everything on the line if you do that.
Absolutely. And you do have a family to feed and everything like that. So I do understand it. For those who are watching, thank you for watching, first of all. But if you didn't understand what we are trying to say with the little small examples and like all of this, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Ask questions or whatever, and that's cool. We can continue this conversation. But the video is going for way too long, and me myself, I feel like I'm just going in a circle, trying to find different ways to explain what I have already explained or give my point of view in different ways to see what works. But I'm doing this, and I keep going in hopes that people do understand what we are trying to say, and yeah, let us know.
Start creating your own world.
Create your own world.
So,
Unidentified Podcast.
thank you for watching.